Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Lilly here with the MLM Superheroes, and I am live right now from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and we are broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, this is one of the amazing powers of the internet, to be able to be sitting here in my kitchen and to be broadcasting not only into multiple different people's houses, into their kitchens, into their family rooms, into their living rooms. Sometimes I will broadcast into a meeting room, a boardroom, where I'll be up on a big screen TV. Sometimes I'll be broadcasting into a business after business networking function where I'm on a gigantic screen, and I can do all of that right here from the comfort of my home without even leaving my house. How about that, right? So the old days of, you know, driving across town and having to do home parties and that type of situation, quite honestly, is truly a thing of the past. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Those strategies still work. You know, the three-way call model, they still work. But I can tell you this. Once you learn how to leverage the power of the internet and how to clone yourself, right, using Google Hangouts and videos, social media, and a blog platform as your central hub, your life will completely and totally transform. So right now, as we speak, in some area of the world, somebody is watching me do peak performance training. Somebody's watching me teach reps how to recruit new people in 6 to 45 minutes. Somebody's watching me tap people into their personal power to create unstoppable vision, how to unleash the alpha within, and totally take their life to the next level. Now, Ross, if you can please just mute out your line here, because we're getting a lot of reverb past your line, or maybe log back out and log back in, that would be great, because your line's not muting, and I can't mute you out here. So if you can maybe just log out and then log back in, that would really help a lot, okay? Okay. Okay, guys, so what I want to do here is I'm going to do a little bit of a different format here, because what I want for you to understand before I actually get into my presentation here, showing you how I started a business with $44.95 and created a six-figure income, okay? Now, a lot of people will hear that and they'll go, is that for real? Could somebody really do that? Could somebody really start a business with $44.95 and create a six-figure income? Are you for real? Guys, this is really true, and I'm going to show you right in my back office with pictures of my back office on exactly how I was able to do that step by step with step-by-step instructions. But what I want to do first is I want to reach out to Laura. Laura, can you just unmute yourself for a sec?
Sure.
Okay. Laura, what I want for you to do right now is to give me an idea. I want you to pick a number that you want to either make an additional income or a situation where, let's say that you were working a full-time job. I know that you're working in other affiliate programs, but let's say that you were working a full-time job, maybe what you used to do before. How much was your monthly income before that you got into affiliate marketing?
I was active duty Army, and I made $4,500 a month.
$4,500 a month. Okay. So, guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you a mathematical formula, okay, so that you can figure out how many people that you would need in order to make that type of an income, okay? So here's the mathematical formula. So I want you to write this down so that you have this, so you understand how to use this formula to create whatever number that you want, okay? So what, and this, keep in mind, guys, this is at our baseline that I'm going to be teaching you guys tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with $4,500, right? $4,500, and I'm going to divide that by $87.50, and I'm going to get 51.42, okay? 51.42. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round that number up. Boy, we got somebody that's got some major... Okay. So I'm going to round that number up from 51.42 to 52, right? So you always round the number up, and then I'm going to add 3, okay? And I'll explain this in a minute, how this formula works. So I'm going to add 3. So 52 plus 3 is 55, okay? So what I'm going to teach you is that if you were going to make a $4,500 monthly residual income, you would only need a little tiny team, right, of 55 people on your team. Now, you're going to take 55 and you're going to divide it by 3. Now you're down to 18, right, because 3 people are going to be passed up from every person on your team. Now you're down to 18, and we're going to divide that by 3 one more time. Now we're down to only 6. I'm going to show you guys how with a little tiny number of 6 people sitting around a boardroom table that you can help them get their 5 people qualified. You're halfway there to your income goal. You're going to take your next group, help them, and you've got freedom. That's how fast this can happen. So we've also got Betty that just came onto the call. Betty, welcome to the call. Do you have a microphone, Betty? No? Okay, no problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to go live. Somebody's still got reverb happening here. I think it's John. John, can you mute yourself out, please? Because it's we've got reverb coming back here onto the line. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go live, and here we go. Okay, guys. So this is called Step Up to Freedom. I'm going to teach you how you can actually turn your passion into profit. And one of the things that I'm going to tell you as a serial entrepreneur myself, I had some really good mentors, guys. Really, really amazing mentors. Tony Robbins in my 20s. Dr. Lee Poulos in my 30s, Dr. Dov Baron in my 40s, and they taught me some amazing things about the power of the mind, how to create whatever type of reality that you want for yourself. But so much about creating wealth is whether or not you are emotionally connected to your dream, emotionally connected to your burning desire. So when I say turn your passion into profit, I really mean that. Like, passion is an emotion where it's a forward movement. People typically, if they're living their passion, it doesn't even seem like they're working, right? So what I want to do is I want to show you how to turn your passion into profit. Now, my name is Darren Little. My handle online that I go by is the MLM Superhero. And it doesn't matter what you're marketing, guys, okay? You could be marketing skincare. You could be marketing antioxidants. You could be marketing coffee. You could be marketing weight loss products. You could be marketing power or some sort of product or service. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I teach all of my students to actually turn themselves into their brand. Now, why do I do that? I just had a situation after 18 months where I was marketing a company, and the owner of that company passed away, and all that marketing that I put into that company is completely gone. Okay, it's gone, right? It can't be replaced. The company closed when he died, and there's no way that I can get that marketing time back. So keep that in mind. If you're going to be investing into your marketing, invest it into you as the personal brand. Okay, so it's critical. Take the focus off of making somebody else's brand worth more and put it on making your personal brand worth more. Now, that's me right there. My name is Darren Little, and I'm going to show you how you can step up to freedom and turn your passion into profit. Now, if you stick around to the very end of the presentation, I'm going to give you a $297 bonus just for showing up. And that is totally real. That is a real bonus, and there's no purchase necessary in order to get the bonus. Now, why would I do that? I believe, as a serial entrepreneur, guys, that 80% of success is just about showing up. I can tell you this. People that show up to my Millionaire Mentoring every week, their lives completely and totally transform. We have people that have gone from completely homeless, and 6 months later, they were having a $20,000 month that applied these strategies that I teach. Okay, so my question to you is this. What is the real product when it comes to network marketing and direct sales? What is the real product? Do you know? I believe that it's really truly all about leadership. And once you show up as a leader, once you show up taking notes, not as a student, but as a leader that's going to teach other people these concepts and ideas, you show up differently. You show up being that front person. You show up knowing that you're going to lead people, and in order to lead people, you've got to know those action steps on what you need to do. Now, what is the biggest challenge with the typical friends and family three-way call business model? Because this is where I originally started 25 years ago when I got into this industry. Here's what it is. The better that you get at doing three-way phone calls, the worse your life gets. Now, I'm a person that knows how to close. I understand human psychology, and I was very, very good at closing. Here's what happened. Once my team realized that I could close people, their people, their people's people, and their people's people all wanted me on three-way phone calls. And my phone started ringing at 7 a.m. in the morning, and a lot of days it didn't stop ringing until 2 a.m. the following day, and by the time my day was done, I had no voice left. That's not freedom, guys. Okay, that is not freedom. This model right here literally ruined my life, and every time I went out for dinner at a family event, my phone was going off. Every time I was with my son, my phone was going off for people that wanted to do three-way phone calls. I don't have that anymore, right? So what's the solution? How do you get rid of that? How do you create leverage for yourself so that you're making money while you're working or while you're sleeping? Here's what it is. You need to have a blog. You need to have a central hub where you can provide value from as a leader, okay? Motivation, inspiration, how-to strategies, really getting the pulse on the industry. People start to come to you almost like you're the newsworthy point or that information source on the whole industry. And that right there gets your phone ringing with incoming phone calls of people that have credit card in hand wanting to join your business. There's two things that you need to be able to do. The first thing is you've got to be able to provide value to the marketplace. Now, what I will tell you is that there is sort of some inherent problems in the industry. A lot of people are told to make a list of their friends and family. Well, what do you do when those people tell you to go fly a kite? Right? That's an inherent problem. The rejection is an inherent problem. How to generate new leads, that's an inherent problem. These are things that you need to solve people's problems. Now, once you learn how to solve people's problems, you become the attractor factor. So if I can teach you how to generate 20 or 30 leads a day using social media, what company am I targeting? I'm targeting every company. I'm targeting people from Amway, from Jeunesse Global, from Sizzle, from Sozo. It doesn't matter what their company is, right? They all have the same type of problems, guys. So it's very important for you to step up and become a leader by solving people's problems. Now, here's what I will tell you. Content changes everything. Once you start to create valuable content, it starts going viral. I tell my students to give away their best value up front and give it away for free. So I developed, as an example, a training manual that will help fast track people by about 3 years in this industry. And do you know that just with that training manual, it's generated an active list of prospects of around 15,000 people just using my blog, okay? Those are the strategies that we teach. Now here's what starts happening. You start seeing your name rising up the top of the leaderboards. Not just on one, but it could be on multiple leaderboards. Because once you learn these strategies, right, and using your blog creates leverage. Your blog doesn't require you to be talking to people. It starts talking for you on its own. So this particular company was the Empower Network. You could see me rising to the top of the leaderboards there. This was me in My Lead System Pro last week, ranking number 8 on the leaderboard there. This was me in a contest for iPass 2, ranking number 8 in their contest. This is what happens, guys. You can create multiple streams of income once you understand these strategies. Now, there's 3 steps to becoming a leader. Okay, a lot of people say, well, Darren, I don't know what to do to become a leader. I don't really know what the action steps are. Let's say that today is your very, very first day. You've never ever been in this industry. Today's your very first day, day 1. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to learn something. You're going to learn a strategy that's going to solve people's problems, and you're going to then implement that strategy to collect some data or generate a little bit of results. They don't have to be massive. They can just do a little tiny bit of results, and now you're going to share your results, right? This is very, very simple. Anybody can do this, guys. Once you learn this, you will start to get a following of people that start following you. So today's day 1. You're going to watch a video, learn something. You're going to implement it for the next 2 or 3 days. You're going to collect the data or the results that you generated and share your results. You can share them on a Google Hangout like this. You can put your data on a little PowerPoint presentation and share the results with the world. That's how people start looking up to you as a leader, because you're the one that's blazing the trail, solving people's problems. Okay, now, when you look at this chart here, I want for you to think about if today you decided that all of a sudden you decided that you want to be a nurse, or you want to be a doctor, or a dentist, or a lawyer. It requires getting the proper education so that you can master that trade. And it's not like you snap your fingers and all of a sudden you say, okay, well, I'm going to be a nurse. Tomorrow I'm going to start work. It doesn't work that way. There's proper education that you need in order to be able to master those skills, to master your trade. Now, typically, when people start, they pay an affiliate fee so that they can get the websites, they can get the funnels, the videos, everything that they need to be able to properly market their business. Now, in our case, we have something called the Kalatu blog. Now, what makes this so unique and different? Typically, right now with WordPress, it's quite a complicated process if you're a brand new person to be able to set it up, go through all the plugins, know what to add, know what's going to give you the best ranking, right? We've taken care of all of that for you. So it's literally somebody that's 10 years old can be up and running with their blog within about 10 minutes, even if they're a grandma and they've never done anything like this before. So that blog is going to cost $25 per month, but it pays a $17.50 per month per person commission. Okay? Now, a lot of people say, well, Darren, I don't really know what to blog about. What do I blog about? We have something called our Inner Circle Mindset Training. This is where you start hearing from multiple 6- and 7-figure income earners that are sharing their personal breakthroughs. They're sharing their strategies that they've been able to implement to be able to take their lives to the next level. Right? That's a $100 per month fee, but look what it pays, guys. It pays a $70 per month per person commission. Now, the real first breakthrough that I had, right, marketing online, was really right here. This is the top producer formula. This teaches you how do you become a top producer? How do you become a top recruiter? How do you be able to recruit new reps easily, effortlessly? Some days, guys, I recruit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, and once you build a list, right, the most amount of people that I've ever recruited with one email was 73 people. 73 people with one email that went out, and boom, I recruited 73 people. That's from the top producer formula. But look what it pays. It's a one-time cost of $500, but it pays you a $350 commission. So keep in mind, the average North American makes between $3,000 and $5,000 a month. So it doesn't take a lot of sales to start to replace your income. But once people learn how to become a top producer, how do you get your team to duplicate? This is the key. This is where you start making the big money. Now, our team building formula helps you learn how to create duplication on your team so that you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 levels down in your company duplicating. Now, that's a one-time cost. It's a $1,000 product, but it pays you a $700 commission. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you go into a city and there's a speaker there and you walk into the room and there's 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 or even 5,000 people that have come to see that person speak? Or maybe a group of speakers that have collectively come together to provide value to the marketplace. How do they do that? How do they pack rooms like that? We have a product called Mass Influence Formula. It's a $3,500 product, but guys, this is where you start having $3,000 days, okay? Now, when I started, my mentor said, Darren, do you want to have $3,000 days? And I said, absolutely I do. He said, you've got to make it a goal to get all of these products as fast as possible to get this information into your subconscious mind so that you can really take your life to the next level. Now, keep in mind, if you're making $3,000 commissions, you only would make 333 sales to make $1 million, right? Now, obviously, if you're a bigger marketer, we've already created 16 millionaires so far within our program. So if I was to buy all of these products individually, it would cost $5,145, which is actually what I paid myself, right? But the company offers just recently a 7-day discount where they give you a discount down to $3,995. If you're a person that really wants to make a full-time career income, right? Maybe you're in senior level management. Maybe you've been downsized, cut back, pink slipped, and you really want to make a full-time career. If you go through this information, guys, I'm telling you, your skills go to the next level. There's a saying that says, if you want to increase your bank account, increase your skill level, right? No different if you're working in a job. They're not going to start paying you an extra $250,000 a year unless you have more skill, unless they can promote you up to another area of the company where you're going to start providing more value or creating more sales for that company. Now, what I want to do here on this presentation is I want to focus on this area right here, because I'm going to show you how I leverage this one little area to make a 6-figure income. So here it is. So the goal is $8,333 a month. That's a 6-figure income, okay? So with a blog alone, I would need 477 people on my team. Now, quite honestly, guys, for $100,000 a year, that's not very big, right? Because I've got people, my own contacts, that have 15,000 people on their team, and they still don't make 100 grand a year. Okay, so 477 is quite a low number, but I'm going to show you how you can take that number and squash it right down to hardly anything. Watch how this works. So you've got a blog. You're going to sponsor 9 people that are tired of doing 3-way phone calls and home parties. And let me tell you, that's a lot, okay? People that have already burnt through their warm market, they've burnt through their friends and family, and they don't know what to do. You can be the white knight coming to save the day, because this right here is the attractor factor, okay? So now you're going to step up. So this is how I build real companies, guys, real companies. This is how I've raised millions and millions of dollars. This is how I became a millionaire at the age of 35 years old, was to assemble my management team and my board of directors. That's how I raised capital, right? So I want you to start to think about your business like a real company. So imagine you've got a boardroom and you've got your 9 people sitting around the boardroom table. Now you're going to be able to step up. Now, those people don't all have to come from you. It's a collective effort from your team, because sales number 1, sales number 3, sales number 5, and every 5th sale from every single person on your team gets passed up to you like you went out and did it yourself. So that boardroom table is a collective effort between you and your team to get to those board of directors. So let's say you've got your blog, Now you make 9 sales, you step up into the inner circle, watch what happens. This is the magic. Now you're making $87.50 per month per person. That means you only need 99 people on your team to make $8,333 a month. Okay, now here's what's really cool. Watch what happens. Remember that the 1, 3, and 5 are coming from your team members. So we're going to take 99 now. We're going to divide by 3. Now we're down to 33 people. But let's go one step further than that. Let's take 33 people, divide that by 3, and now you're down to only 11 people. Now here's what happens. Your subconscious mind is going to look at that number 11 to see your gateway to $100,000 a year. So you're going to have 11 people, you're going to help them get their 5, you're halfway there. You're going to take your next group of people, help them get their 5, and you're making $100,000 a year. Now here's where it gets exciting. Some people on the team using this strategy have been able to do this in 30 to 90 days, okay? Now the strategy that I teach is through social media, right? Now what's my formula? My formula is I have 25 connections in any given day, right? So on day 1, I reach out to 25 people. Hey Tom, how's it going? How's the day going so far? Hey Bob, how's it going? How's the day going so far? Hey Tony, how's it going? How's the day going so far? My goal is just to connect with the person, not to pitch them, not to try to sell them, but to provide value to their life, to help them solve any problem that they might have. And we go over this in detail in our training to show you how to become a top recruiter. Now, a lot of people have a business out there, right? I know that maybe you're in a company that sells weight loss, or you're in a company that sells antioxidant products, or coffee, or T-shirts, or whatever, but they don't have a proper monthly marketing and advertising budget. With only 23 people in your inner circle, you can generate a $2,000 monthly marketing budget for your business. Now, this strategy here allowed me to recruit 55 people in my first 30 days, okay, with this strategy here, to show people how I can show them how to generate extra marketing money for their business in 30 to 90 day period of time. But remember, guys, 23 is going to be divided by 3. Now we're down to 8. Your subconscious mind is going to look at that 8 number and see that as your gateway to make a $2,000 monthly residual income for your monthly marketing budget. That right there is something that every single business owner needs. I don't care what kind of business that you have. If you're spending an extra $2 grand a month on marketing, you're making a lot more money than you are right now. Okay, doesn't matter what business is. Now these are my actual 60-day launch results. That was actually about 49 days. What I want to focus on here, guys, is the breaking inertia. What is that? There's literally like an invisible wall of resistance that will stop you from getting liftoff in your business. This is why I tell my students 25 connections a day in any given day, baseline, minimum. Now, a lot of people would look at this and they would get into a business model like this, and they'd be doing 25 connections on day 1, 25 connections on day 2, 25 connections on day 3. By the time the 7 days were up, they would go, oh, it's not working. Oh, it's probably a scam. It'll never work. Right? That's what most people do. I understand breaking inertia. This is what I teach. I teach people how to step into their power, step into their greatness, speak their reality into existence, and bam, look what happens in week 3. So it looks like nothing's happening in week 1. Looks like nothing's happening in week 2. All of a sudden I break inertia, bam, I broke through that invisible barrier, and I make over $1,000. The next week it goes up to over $1,500, about $1,600. The next week it's about $2,300. The next week it's about $2,700, and the next week it's over $4,500 for a total of $12,361.85. Guys, that's not one-time income. That is residual income. Monthly residual income. Now, what would that do for your life? Think about this. You started a business on June 10th, and on July 29th, you have a $12,000 monthly residual income coming in for your business. That's the power of this. It doesn't take a lot of people, right? There's people out there that have 15, 20,000 people that don't make that type of an income with their MLM company. Now here we go. I'm going to show you how to step up to freedom and turn your passion into profit. You start off with a blog, you make 9 sales, and you step up to the inner circle. Now, a good majority of people will start with the blog and the mindset training, because when I show you what we offer you, at the very end, you'll go, oh my God, this is a no-brainer. You make 9 sales, you're going to step up, now you become a top producer. You make 6 sales, you step up, and now you're building the team building formula. You make 7 sales, you step up, now you're making $3,000 commissions, $700 commissions, $350 commissions, $70 commissions, and $17.50 commissions. Now here's what's possible. This took me about 3 weeks to be able to do. I will tell you, results are not typical. I work hard, guys, and I apply quantum physics strategies to be able to speak my reality into existence, and that's what I teach my students. Mark Andrew Clyott, his second month, he had a $20,000 month. Chad Turner has had 4 $3,000 days in his first 4 months under mentorship. This is the power of learning how to actually create your own reality, right? So that was, 95%. It says right there, 95% of business is mindset, and what do you believe to be true for you? So if you start this business and you go, oh, it'll never work. Oh, I'll bet I won't be able to do it, right? It probably works for everybody else, but it doesn't work for me, right? That's what you'll get, right? That's what you'll get, right? So what I want to show you is what is possible, right? So by month 2, I started having $6,000 days, because that's what I believed was possible. I believed that this training information was what every single leader of every single company needed to go to millionaire. Every single one. Doesn't matter if you're in Amway, Jeunesse Global, Prepaid Legal, Organo Gold, Gano Excel, it doesn't matter, right? This information is something that every single leader in every company needs. Now, what would that do for you and your family to have a $6,000 day? Imagine that. Now, this happened by month 3. I had a $12,000 week, right? This is what's possible, guys, right? Once you learn these quantum physics strategies that we teach. 95% of business is mindset and what you believe to be true for you. Now, a lot of people will think about this and they'll look at their goal like they're looking up at the top of a mountain. Okay, that's human nature to do this. Exactly like that. The guy's looking up at the top of the mountain. So he might be looking up at the top of the mountain to the $3,000 commissions, like he's got to go up top of Mount Everest to get to those $3,000 commissions. I will tell you that all of my students do this. They visualize themselves flying over top of those commissions like an eagle. So you want to be that eagle flying over top, looking down at these little dots, these little tiny specks of the $3,000 commissions, and it changes the energy force in your body, right? Now all of a sudden it doesn't seem difficult. It seems super easy to be able to generate those type of commissions, right? Okay, so you can step up to freedom and turn your passion into profit. You can get started with a blog for only $44.95, okay? Now, you could be homeless, okay? And even a panhandler could find $44.95. So you've got to believe that this is really true and this really does happen for the people that we have on our team. We had 6 people in the top 100 of the company this last month. 6. Some of those people have never ever done anything like this before. 6 people in the top 100. But this is the best value, guys, to get started. I'm going to show you why. The blog plus the inner circle is still what I call under the radar. What is under the radar? Under the radar means that it doesn't create a red flag for the husband or the wife. Okay? Guys go out and have beers and go for dinner and take a cab, and they can spend $144.95. It certainly doesn't change their life, right? The girls can get together and have a limo and go out for dinner and have girls' night out, and they can spend $144.95 easy, and it doesn't change their life. Here's what we're going to do. This is how confident that I am in this program. This is what I believe. This is how much I believe in you to take your life to the next level. right? So this is what I do. Now remember that a team of only 99 people is going to pay you $8,333 a month. But here's what I do. I give you a $3,000 bonus if you're part of the inner circle, okay? Here's what you're going to learn. Now, you're going to get access to something called the 7-figure profit maximizers. This is where all of the testimonials are coming from the people on our team. So the testimonials you're about to see are from people who have gone through this training, right, and created their own realities. So here's what you're going to get. Today I'm going to give you the first module, okay, as a gift, just for showing up today. So you're going to get Unstoppable Vision so that you can step into your personal power, you can get clear on what it is that you want and why do you want it, so that you will literally feel like RoboCop, okay? So you will get so connected emotionally to your dream that you will feel unstoppable. Now, we're also going to show you how to connect with prospects, because a lot of people don't know, right? A lot of people don't know understanding the internal polarity of their magnet so that they become the attractor factor versus getting pushback, right? You can have the greatest products in the world. I'm not interested, right? That's what people say. But you don't know, man, these antioxidants, this is amazing. I sleep better. I feel that I'm not interested, right? So you've got to learn how to connect with people, right, from the heart, find things in common, focusing on the other person and what's most important to them, not your business. This is what's made me millions of dollars, guys, right there, for learning that from my mentor, right, in my 20s, right, how to connect with people. We're also going to teach you how to recruit new reps into your business, doesn't matter what you're marketing right now, in 6 to 45 minutes. And a lot of people can't believe that until they actually see the timestamps and they see me do it live. Live, guys. I share my screen, I share my chats so that you can follow along. You can follow the bouncing ball so that you know what questions to ask a person so that you steer them down the path. They're the person that identifies their problem. Boom. You get them to watch your video and they convert. Also, how to develop a $9,000 a day mindset. This is how I started having $6,000 days, because my thermostat was set for $9,000, right? That's how I started having $6,000 days. My best day was $7,163 using this strategy that I teach in that 9K day mindset. Also, how to add 1,000 people a day using Twitter. One of my students now, Chad Turner, he went through the training, he created his own special sauce, and he's had his fourth $3,000 day, guys, in his first 4 months. Also, how to unleash the alpha within, step into your power, and totally eliminate your fears. This is a life-changing personal development webinar that I take my students through. It's literally the science behind getting rich. There's 5 simple steps to wealth creation that you will learn in Unleash the Alpha Within. Plus, you get access to weekly millionaire mentoring where you're on a panel like this, where there's interaction not only with me, but also with people on the team, where you can start witnessing other people's breakthroughs. And in quantum physics, there's something called energy transference that takes place. So one person's breakthrough goes all the way down the line to affect the other people. So that's the 7-figure profit maximizers. Now, here's what's cool, guys. Listen to these. Chad Turner went from a complete flat start. It says 3 $3,000 days. This week he had his 4th $3,000 day. So in 90 days he had 3. Now he's at 4, right, from going to the bonus training. He now has his own students. Now, imagine this. You start a brand new business, and in 90 days you have your own students that are ranking in the top 100 affiliates. That is a huge accolade to be able to start a business and in 90 days learn so much information that your own students are now ranking in the top 100, right? That's all from going through our bonus training. Rex Harris, that you're going to hear from shortly, you know, it's all about getting to the personal breakthrough, guys. And I want Rex to really get into that about what was his personal breakthrough. Because it took 10 years, right? And he just bought his own new home. He's consistently making 5 figures a month after going through the bonus training. He just called me about 2 weeks ago. He says, Darren, this is unbelievable. I just had my first $5,000 day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful, right? We're going to hear back from Rex here shortly. Dodie Johnson, this is an amazing story. She had a corporate job, okay? This isn't just what this is going to do in your regular online business. This is offline as well, guys, because this has nothing to do with online. She was making 100 grand a year, okay? She was 60 days going through the bonus training. She got a $212,000 raise at her corporate job, and she's been paid as much as $5,200 for a single hour for doing a keynote speech at her local Chamber of Commerce. Guys, do you realize that Dodie Johnson has never been a public speaker? How the heck is that possible? Within 2 months, to be pursued by her local Chamber of Commerce to be a keynote speaker, and then paying her $5,200 for 1 hour. Okay, these are the type of miracles that start happening in your life. Eric Green went from 10 years of struggle to building teams in excess of 15,000 people after going through the bonus training. Last month, him and his business partner, Ray Dietrich, made $60,000 online, okay, in 1 month. This is the power of this bonus training, guys. It's life-changing. Okay, this is Mark Andrew Clyott, and Mark is a lawyer, right? His business, you know, if you've been in business for yourself, you will know that there's peaks and there's valleys. And his law firm had gone to what's called a flat line, where there was just no business coming in. In 1 week, he got $50,000 in new deposits, cash deposits. He signed $250,000 in contracts within 60 days after going through the bonus training, and he ranked as the #8 top affiliate in the whole company. He got as high as #3, and in his second month in business, he had a $20,000 month. That's what's possible, guys. Now here's the bonus that I promised that I was going to give you. So grab a pen and paper and make sure you write this down right now, okay? So it's darrenlittle.com/unstoppable. That's going to give you access to that bonus training so that you can really get a clear idea that we really want to help you get your personal breakthrough here, guys. That's our goal. That's what I want to see happen. That's really my sort of personal mission in life, is to help create as many millionaires as I possibly can, right? My goal in the next 90 days is to get 10 more people to a $10,000 monthly residual income. The question is one of them going to be you? That's really the question. Is one of them going to be you? So you can get back to the person that invited you to this presentation, get started today. Remember, guys, that you can get started with a blog for $44.95, but if you want access to the bonus training, the best value is right here with a blog, with the Inner Circle Mindset training that's going to give you a $3,000 bonus. Now, not only am I going to give it to you, but I'm going to let you use it to recruit. Now, how easy do you think it might be for you to assemble 11 people that are going to get a $3,000 bonus if they have a simple little blog with mindset training? Think about that. I've done this for a reason, guys, so that I can help as many people get to their personal breakthrough by utilizing all the stuff that I do. So imagine if I literally took up my entire blueprint, all my value, all my formula, all the funnels that I use, and I handed it over to you. Gave you the keys to the vault for $144.95. Think about that. Think about the power that that could give you. That is how you step up to freedom and turn your passion into profit. Okay, so let's just go back out here. Let's see, where did you guys go here? There you are. Okay, so what I want to do here, guys, is I want to go live to Rex Harris. Are you there, Rex?
I am here.
Fantastic. You know, Rex, maybe, you know, can you just hear from your heart, you know, just in vulnerability. I'm going to ask you just to really truly speak from your heart as to where you were to where you are now, because you're a different person completely from where you were at just a few years ago.
Yeah, sure. Geez, let's take it back to New York City 2.5 years ago when I called you on the phone crying one day as I was holding checks in my hand for $6,600 and $2,500 and feeling totally unworthy and unappreciative of having those kind of funds at my access. How's that? You know, and it's interesting because I remember calling Darren that day, and I mean I was a blubbering mess. He's like, "Bro, what's going on?" And I told him what had happened. It was like this financial miracle had happened, and everything that we wanted to do, we were going to be able to do. And what brought that about was following two things that Darren had taught me how to do. One is speak my reality into existence, and number two, stay in constant as I have learned, that constant gratitude is what opens abundance, begins that flow into your life. So from that, you know, I work diligently every day to stay. And I would love to say that I get it right every day, because I don't get it right every day. There are times where, in that period of time, I struggled against in certain areas of my life. But it doesn't matter what I'm doing or where I'm at. Every time I go back to that, the same thing happens again. I finally just got to the point where I was just done running into a brick wall all the time. It's like, dude, you know what works and you know what doesn't. Just do what works. That's all you got to do, and just stay consistent with it every day. And since I've started doing that, I mean, just in the last 8 months, we have seen our reality here completely unfold from, being in a condo where we were all on top of each other and having the place just falling apart with a landlady that would do absolutely nothing about it, coming up into even, October of last year, when she came to us and said, "Hey, you guys have got to be out. I'm selling the place in 2 months." Basically left us up against the wall trying to find a new place to live with Christmas and everything else coming up. And it was a pretty stressful time for my wife. And I maintained through the whole thing, that we would find the right place at the right time. And I remember her sitting outside one day and thinking, man, what are we going to do? I said, you know what? I said, everything always works out for us. And I said, we're going to get the perfect place at the perfect time. And you know that within 48 to 72 hours of saying that, and we ended up getting the house that we're living in now. We ended up getting in here for half of what we were supposed to get in here for, and a complete transformation in a lot of areas in our life, with doors that have opened, for the publication of a book, and coming back to work together with Darren again, the financial resources to do what it is that we need to do when we do it. So
fantastic.
I'm living proof, guys, that this works if you listen to what it is he says. So thanks for letting me share, Darren.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Proud of you, pal. So proud of you. Pat McKeon, can you unmute, please? Pat, you're muted.
Unmute?
Okay, there you go. Pat, you've just been a short period of time here, maybe 2 months maybe in Millionaire Mentoring. Share with the people here. You're from New York, you're a realtor. What has happened since you've been able to plug into Millionaire Mentoring and to apply some of these strategies into your life?
Great. Thanks, Darren, for having me out. First of all, I wouldn't miss a Sunday night millionaire mentoring. I just wouldn't miss it. It's on my calendar, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm there every Sunday. It's that important. I think like the first night that I listened to the Alpha Within, it's like about 2 hours, and I was just listening to it, letting it come into my consciousness. I went out, decided to go for a walk, bought a lottery ticket, and I hit 4 of the numbers out of 6, and that was $500 win. And a couple of days later, there was a real estate company that I had in my background, in the background of my subconscious, that I wanted to become part of. The guy kept putting me off, and finally I just slammed it in, and I said, no, we have to meet. I just stepped into my power, and he said, I like you already, come on down. I got the job there. It was really just stepping. What I'm learning basically is that this business, guys, is really 95% in your mind. And so when I get on the phone now, or I'm just doing exactly like, yesterday with you, Darren, getting on Skype and talking to people and, just finding out where people are at. And I find that most of the people don't have a mentor. And I realize, like, gosh, this team, MLM Superhero Team, I'm like, smiling from here to there because we have you. And, some people say to me, mentor, no, I don't have a mentor. Like they just sign up and then they're left, to figure it out on their own. And we have millionaire mentoring every Sunday night, but Darren's always sending out, who wants to meet up on a Google Hangout? And he's right, the power of the internet. So I'm learning all these incredible communication skills and slowly but surely putting it into my business
Fantastic.
to reach a $3,000 day.
Okay, so Pat, let me ask you this, because this is the power of piggybacking off of strategies that have already worked. So I basically put a strategy that I used with specific questions that I had talking to somebody, and it took me 12 minutes to recruit this person into my business.
Right.
What happened for you when you just followed the exact thing that I did and you implemented it into your business? What was the result?
First of all, it gave me a lot more confidence in speaking to this lady. I had all the notes here that you actually shared with us. I wrote down her dreams. I wrote them down and I repeated them to her. I kept bringing her back to her dreams. I kept bringing her back to that connection. And, like sometimes there's a lull in the conversation and, if you just like follow somebody who's doing it and you have it written down, you just look and say, oh, okay, yeah. You make people laugh and they like you. And I'm telling you, Darren, she was like telling me yesterday, oh, I don't know, I had never said these things to anybody. I don't even know you. And I'm like, yeah, people have, they it's natural.
I have that effect on people, right? That's what you probably said. Yeah, well, I just have that effect on people, right?
Right, there's something like that. But, when you ask people also, are you full-time or part-time? Like, what a great question, right? Because right away, if they're part-time, maybe they really want to be full-time, but they don't have the tools necessary.
Exactly.
So I just followed your questioning, and it made my conversation with her that much more great.
Fantastic. Sonia, can you unmute, please? Sonia? Okay, looks like we may have lost Sonia. Okay, no worries. Okay, guys, so here's the thing. What I'm going to tell you is that in the next 90 days, okay, I am rolling out a strategy so that there's going to be 10 people, okay, 10 people to be able to generate a $10,000 monthly residual income. Now, I can tell you this. Some of the people on the team have implemented that strategy that I showed you, in between 30 and 90 days. Okay, in that window, 30 and 90 days, just following what I teach. Now keep in mind, this isn't just you, okay? So this is like being in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that's the difference. This is a situation where you can lean on the team, where you can cross-pollinate within our team group to talk to other people that have had their personal breakthrough, right? Like, here's an example. We're on a live broadcast here, but I can tell you this. If you had a conversation with Rex on chat or with Sonia to find out how she just had her personal breakthrough in Nashville and what shifted here and what shifted here, what shifted in her head and what shifted in her heart, right? Because that's part of the personal breakthrough, and that's why I tell people so much about this industry, guys, is personal development. So much, right? I believe that this truly, the model is personal development, right, with a compensation plan, right, truthfully. And as you step into your power, your income starts going up. As you step into your leader, your income starts to rise. Right? Now, how is that any different than a regular job? It's not. Right? As you take on more responsibility and move into a leadership role or a supervisor or a management, senior level management, guess what happens? They give you a pay raise. Right? This is very similar. So the more that you step into your power, right, the more that you get paid. Right? So real simple strategy. Learn, implement, and then share your results. Real simple, right? So if today's day one, you're going to watch a video, you're going to learn something new, take 2 or 3 days and collect some data, and then you're going to be the leader. You're going to talk about what, hey guys, you're just talking from your real life, right? This is what I learned, this was my breakthrough, this is how I implemented it, and here's what it did, right? Real simple strategy. So let's just reach out here to Kevin. Kevin, can you unmute, please? Kevin, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Kevin, maybe just share with the people here because, you came out to Nashville. I don't know, it was a 2 or 3 hour drive or something, maybe even more, with your wife to meet the leaders in the company, tap into your personal power to really take your life to the next level. Tell me what has happened for you since you started to plug into Millionaire Mentoring and to really get connected to the team.
The main thing is it's just given me a lot more. It's hard to explain. I guess energy, like positive energy, to stay positive and stay with it and keep moving forward. In the past, I'd always hit a point and I'd get overwhelmed and I'd just walk away. And since doing this training, it's like I'm always able to recognize it and isolate it and move past it and continue to stay consistent and do the things that I need to do on a daily basis. And that's probably the main thing. It's just the motivation and the willpower to keep moving forward and to expect to be successful. And that's the main thing that keeps me going, is that I know I am going to be successful in what I do.
Fantastic, fantastic. Ricardo, are you there? Can you unmute for a sec? Ricardo? Okay, looks like we may have lost Ricardo, or he's on another call. Okay, guys, so you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. If you are a person right now that has reached what I call a breaking point, you cannot take it any longer. Right? You need to have a gateway. You need to get to a breakthrough. You need to create leverage, to create additional income stream for you and your family. Guys, this is it. Okay? Anytime a person can start a business and, start having $3,000 days in 3 weeks, you know that you're onto something. Okay? You know that you're onto something. Right? When Chad Turner has had 4 $3,000 days in his first 4 months in mentoring, when Mark Clyott is at a $20,000 a month in his second month, guys, we got something special here. We got something special on our team that is, you know, it's worthy of at least taking a trial to test it out for yourself, right? There's a money-back guarantee anyway, right? So it's not like you're going to lose anything. So what I would put out to you is throw your hat over the wall, right? Look at the system from the inside out, right? Plug into our Millionaire Mentoring consistently for 4 weeks and watch and see how your life changes. So get back to the person that invited you to this particular call and say, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to take my life to the next level. So if you're in transition right now, right, in between careers, in between jobs, you've just moved, maybe you got a divorce, maybe you broke up in your relationship, you're in transition or a breaking point. Those are the people, guys, that literally go like this, right, straight to the top, right? Those two types of people, transition or breaking point. If that's you, this could literally be your ticket to freedom. So I'd put out to you that it's time to step up into leadership, to step up to freedom, and take your life and your family to that next level. Because we're going to be helping 10 people get to a $10,000 monthly residual income in the next 90 days, and one of them could be you. So my name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I look forward to meeting you in person one day, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.